This is kind of an impromptu one. If you guys are watching this now, you're probably seeing the replay, but for those of you that are on or jumping on, then throw in the chat where you're watching from and give me your name if you don't mind too. I'd love to connect with you there. I am hoping to check the stats here. Okay, good. I'm flying solo tonight, so I've got my earbud in to check the audio. I don't want to lose the audio. But I'm glad those of you that are here are here and watching. If you didn't have a chance to grow up with mom and dad at home, or even your dad at home, or have the chance to have dinner with your parents or as a family, then I'm hoping you can join me for dinner with Dad. I'm going to put my hat on because it's a little breezy out here, and I don't want my hair to be all over the place. So, all right, we're going to have brats and s'mores on the patio. We're having unseasonably warm temperature. It's 60 degrees out here when it's normally like freezing or below. So I decided to just jump on tonight, get the old patio fire pit out and fire it up, and hopefully enjoy s'mores and brats with you tonight. So if you wouldn't mind in the chat, give me a, let me make sure I got you. Okay, cool. I can see you guys in there. I'm hearing the audio okay too. I just want to make sure you guys are too. So any issues, let me know. All right, sorry, give me a second. I got, where's the chat? Well, there goes the lighting. we got a little bit of a breeze. So obviously you got to be careful when you got a fire and a breeze, but if you can see the, I'm gonna unplug this. You can see I've got a completely encased fire pit, so it's like a ball. So I can always close it if I need to contain embers, ashes, whatever else. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Why is the wind starting up right now? All right, so we better get cooking before we can't do it anymore. All right, first order of business is starting the fire. Now, I've got underneath there some paper. I got a lot of branches from my yard. I got a tree that sheds a lot of branches, and so I've prepped it before, and I'm using this lighter to start it with. So I'm going to start it down in a couple of spots at once. And we got to get this going. So we've got coals. Well, ideally we're cooking on coals as opposed to in the flame. And since I'm the only one here eating, I'm only going to do one brat. All right, it looks like it's taken off. If it's a well-built fire, it will get going. Let me try bracing. I'm sorry, I'm off screen. I'm going to try to brace this light that tipped over. And all right. You guys ever gone camping? If you have gone camping and you enjoyed it, then you'd be like me, because I love to go camping. When you got the equipment, most of the time it's because you're with friends or with family, and it's a lot of fun to do. So this is a meal that you would normally have when you're out camping, but we're going to be doing this. Can't even see the fire there. There we go. We're going to do this on the patio tonight. All right, so this is the kind of paper that I put underneath. It was packing paper from Christmas gifts, and I set some aside. Ooh, that fire's going well now. But we want to get cold, so we need to tend the fire, watch it, get some bigger sticks on it. I got to admit, I'm kind of doing a double duty here because I got a lot of branches that fell down, so I'm burning those off of the lawn. I'm going to go throw this back in the garage so it doesn't blow away. All right, and I'm going to feed a few more branches in. We have this wonderful globe willow tree in our backyard. It provides a lot of good shade, and it sheds branches and leaves, of course, in the fall. So let me just keep that going. Step back when the flame comes at you, or switch sides. All right. So let's look at equipment now. We're going to roast a hot dog. We've got a roasting stick. When you've got these, you're going to want to have a copper wool or wool, steel wool, and you can use that to clean these off in between. I always do that after I've used them last time, so these should be clean. You can kind of heat them if you want to sterilize them. Put it in the flame. I don't want to get it too hot because then the marshmallows fall off when they're too hot, when they melt on the inside. All right, now that I've heated it a little bit, I'm going to steel wool this a little bit again. All right, and the breeze has calmed down a little bit. That's good. All right, let me show you what we've got on the menu tonight. I've already told you brats. Let me grab the plate. And Hamza, I'm glad you're here. Josh, I'm glad you're here. If you guys have the ingredients, then maybe you could make some of this and join me with it while you're with me too. All right, here's the menu tonight. I've laid out the s'mores, marshmallows, chocolates, graham cracker, and here's my brat. I'm going to do one brat. I'm not that hungry. Had a late lunch. I don't want to overeat. So we're going to do this. All right, there's probably enough base of coals in the bottom. My kids got me this fire pit years ago, and it has been really nice. It's a nice thing because it's got that complete globe. So I can put the glove on, pull the lid down if I need to. If it gets breezy, that's what we'll do. I can't cook while I'm doing that, but see, I've got my brat. I'm putting it on here. All right, that's ready to go on. I'm just going to stick it over here. Now, I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to try to hold it below the flames and to the side because I want to get it by the heat, but not in the flames. And we're just going to let it sit there for a little while. So this is the part where we get to chat while we're having dinner. So, let's see. I'm looking at the chat window. I'm trying to look at the chat window. Ah, the mountain in the back. Yes. Mountains look good. Where are you from? I'm actually in northern Utah. Those are the Wasatch Mountains behind me, and those are got a dust of snow last night, and we've got more snow in the forecast. Oh, there goes the light again. But not when it's 60 degrees. I don't think we're going to get much when it's 60 degrees. All right, see, this is already, see how that's splitting? Now, this is a brat. I like brats better than hot dogs, but it's probably cooked it too fast a little bit. So I'm going to work on the other side. These are fully cooked, so you're just trying to get it heated, which when you stick it in a fire or with coals. Let me show you how it's looking down there. Hopefully you can see that. It is kind of in the flames, but I'm trying to keep it by the coals as opposed to in the flames. And I think we're getting there. So this is a seasoned brat. So I don't need to, the only condiment I'm going to have on this for me is Dijon mustard, because that's what I like on these. Sometimes I just eat them plain because they taste really good. All right, that's skin. So that is, I don't know if you can see that or how well you can see it, but that's like just about ideal. When the skin breaks and then the juices drip in, that means the center's getting hot, and that's how I like them. Let's see. I gotta grab a bone here. I was gonna bring potato chips out here too because that's probably what I would eat with this, but I didn't get them before going live, so I'm gonna skip them tonight. I'll probably do another one of these, depending on the weather here. Maybe with hot dogs. Not a big difference, but the way I fix them is a little bit different. So all right, let's go for that. Let me see if I can wedge this against the picnic table here. Grab the hot dog bun out, and we'll go for it. So I was the youngest of 5 kids that Mom raised. So I say that because most of my siblings had moved out of the house when I was still there, when I was an older teenager. And I would have dinner with my mom a lot of times, and it was just the 2 of us, and that was a lot of fun. All right, so here we go. Here's the brat. Here's the bun. Put that on there and slide it off. You don't have to touch the hot dog stick. I'm going to set that aside where it won't hurt anything. All right, this is the part where I have bad manners and I eat in front of you, but I'll turn this down a little bit so you can hopefully see this. Actually, I'm going to stoke the fire a little bit more for 2 reasons. One is I don't want it to go out before we have the brats. The other reason is I got a bunch of, sorry, before the s'mores, I mean. The other reason is I got a bunch of branches that I want to get burned up that have come down from our tree. So the little branches burn quickly. They make a big flame at first, and then they burn down. So if you're camping and you want a fire to last for a while, you want some big logs so that they will make coals and burn longer. Hopefully that'll start. I'm just going to close that lid and let it be there. All right, back to dinner. Wish you guys could be here having some of this with me. Cody Channel, glad you're here. All right, so the only condiment I have on a brat is honey Dijon. Oh, gotta shake it up. Otherwise, you just get mustard juice that comes out at first. All right, and we'll just put that on. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's kind of fun if it is. Especially if you're trying to make a thumbnail, but I'm not worried about that right now. All right, bon appetit. Almost tasted like I had a little ash in that one, but I didn't. Onions could be good, but audio. I think I just messed with my mic. Okay, sounds like I do. But then you got to fry them and prep them before, which is okay. You can probably buy some. Ooh. All right. When I do hot dogs, we'll do ketchup, mustard, relish. Those are the things I like, and I like sweet relish. Had a neighbor over once, and we were having hot dogs, and she said, do we have sour or not sweet relish? Because that was all I had. And she didn't want it because it was sweet relish. Robert, thank you. I'm glad you're here. If I ever need to sue anybody, I'll look you up. I had some topics I wanted to bring up so that we could chat about them, because that's kind of the point of the dinner with Dad. We got Valentine's Day coming up. So how many of you guys have plans for Valentine's Day? How many have someone that you want to either impress, or that you got your eye on, or if you got a girlfriend or a spouse? What are your plans for Valentine's Day? You ought to put them in the chat so I know. I will tell you, stepmom and I are going to a concert. It's actually Thursday, February 13th. But maybe this is selfish of me, but I love the symphony. I don't say opera, but I like musicals, Broadway musicals. And we have the local symphony playing live music to Broadway hits. So we're going to go see that on Thursday, February 13th. So that's kind of our Valentine plans. All right, I'm looking at the chat to see what you guys are doing. How many of you guys have a girlfriend, have a steady partner or spouse, or have your eye on someone? You got to put it in the comments, and then you got to let me know what your plans are for Valentine's Day. I may have to move this indoor. I didn't bring a napkin out here. But if you're camping, that's what sleeves are for. All right. Well, it's burning down again. I'm going to throw a few more on there, and then I'm going to try for the s'mores. You got to put the gloves on before I open that lid, because it'll be hot. Okay, down at the bottom, well, with the lights on, you can't tell, but it's glowing red. That's probably plenty good to do the s'mores, but I'm going to throw a few more sticks on. I got to get some of these that went out to the side over here, too. That's a little big. Okay, Valentine plans. What's a good suggestion, idea, if you're trying to impress your sweetheart? Restaurant, that's a good thing. Go out for dinner. A concert with candles. All right, this is not good right now. We're going to take a branch that has some leaves on it, because that will hopefully get the fire going here. All right, hopefully the wind stays down too. Because I'm ready for my s'mores, but I want to get that going first. All right, how many of you guys have grown up without a dad? I know not everyone that follows the channel, that follows me, is in that boat. I know a lot of them are like you, Robert, that for whatever reason like the channel, which I'm grateful for. But it's really geared for those, it's really geared for young men that have grown up without a dad, because that's how I grew up. I look around today and I think there's not a lot of support for you guys. If I were growing up today instead of in the 60s, 70s, and 80s when I did, and I didn't have a dad, I'd really be questioning a lot more than I did when I was growing up, because I at least had a lot of positive male role models around. There wasn't a lot of questioning about masculinity in general. So I started the channel hopefully to give you guys some encouragement, hope, a little bit of love, and want you to know that there is a lot of happiness that you can still have in life, despite maybe what you're feeling out in the world. All right, let's see. I might have, I got to tend the fire here a little bit more because it's not starting back up. So I'm stirring the coals, trying to get some of the smaller branches down in there. You're probably getting the smoke blown right out of the camera, and that's okay too. Usually it comes at me, wherever you sit. Well, I guess I can reach back through there to the coals, but I figured I'd get more flame out of this. Let me try it once more. I'm not doing this barehanded. I do have gloves on. Almost got enough help from the wind that's out here. But it's not starting again. All right, I'm going to have to revert to throwing some paper in there. And this I want down lower. There we go. Okay. That should get some. And really, I'm just trying to use up some of my, or burn up some of the lawn waste, the branches that my lovely tree has shed in the wind that we've had the last couple of days. I wonder if I can do a live stream from the mountains that you saw in the background before. I don't know how much of a signal I get, but I'd love to take you guys camping sometime. I know I've done some videos from camping. It's a lot of fun to do that, but I'm not sure how well the live stream would work, and how. Probably have to take a generator up with me. All right, I'm checking out the comments here. Restaurant. I look familiar. People tell me that I look like Steve Buscemi. Someone said I look like a young Jimmy Carter. I I think I really look like my older brother, mostly. Okay, I'm ready for the s'mores. So what we got left here is s'mores. I laid this out, so I got graham crackers, chocolate, and 2 marshmallows, because that's going to be my extent tonight. We're going to put those on. Now, you guys have to do this if you haven't. Okay, here we go. I'll see how well you can see the fire there. Well, actually, now I need to push those back down. Depending on the way the wind's blowing, that's the other side I want to be on. Okay. So I've got some good coals here in front. I'm just going to put them down in there. This globe fireplace is really nice to contain the fire, but the drawback is you kind of have to lower the fires down to the lower half of it, and so you have to have your roasting stick at a down angle, which is not bad, but when they get soft, they might want to fall off. So we kind of have to watch them. All right, and coals are the best. I've been with so many people that will stick their marshmallows right in the flame, light it on fire, and eat ash. That is not what I would do. I don't know if you guys can see or not. All right, they're not getting toasted yet. Wind shifting. Oh, I got more flame now. If you've got tricks for any of this stuff, patio bonfires, roasting marshmallows, making s'mores, make sure you put them in the comments, so everyone that sees this now and that watches the replay will have the benefit of your experience. Okay, now they're starting to brown. At least one of them is. I like to just spin them slowly, but when they get too soft, then they run the risk of falling off. Yeah, the other challenge with s'mores like this is the top gets done and the backside's not, but that's actually not too bad. I'm looking for a nice golden brown. You can see now as I'm rotating them, they rotate on the stick. That means they're getting soft inside, so they're probably pretty much done. I'm gonna get a little heat in these and then we'll put them on the s'mores. Oh, that's about done. All right, here we go. You'll just have to trust me for how well they taste. Let's see. Well, that's a two-handed job, and I've only got one hand right now. Oh, you can see it. Oh, they're good. All right, I just put the marshmallows right on top. I'm gonna stick the stick in the fire. Let me grab the right spots. And now mash it down there. The trick is to eat the s'more and not get sticky fingers. If we were around a campfire and we had rocks around the campfire, I would have set that lower graham cracker with the chocolate on a rock next to it so that the chocolate would soften. It's a little nicer when the chocolate is soft. Okay. Oh, the Mavericks trade, you're talking about that? Yeah, I know. I heard that was questionable and a surprise. I don't follow it that well, but I did hear that on the news today. All right, here we go. Let's see. So there's our chocolate encased in the toasted marshmallow. Okay, we're going to try to do this without getting marshmallow in the face. That's good. So, if you grew up without your dad and you had questions you wanted to ask him, what would those questions be? Put those in the comments. Or if you have any questions now. Because my hope with these Dinner with Dad lives is to kind of have an online virtual family dinner together where I get all the calories. That was close. All right, pretty good. The problem with a s'more is it takes what normally is a good drink and it's no longer sweet. Actually, I got water here. I'll do water instead. Well, I'm going to enjoy this last s'more. But I want to thank you guys for jumping on the live stream. For those of you that have been here, putting comments in, glad you were here. Hope you're enjoying Dinner with Dad. Those of you watching the replay, I'm glad you're watching it too. Want you to know, I do want to see you guys succeed. I'd love to see you guys have happiness, success in adulthood, in your own families and your personal lives. And if you didn't know how to make s'mores before, now you do. So, remember, you got a dad that loves you, and I will see you on the next video.